Hey guys, it's Chad again with Central Heating and Air. Today I wanted to show you a little bit about plumbing and the difference between materials, PEX pipe, your copper plumbing pipe, and also copper ACR pipe, which is going to be air conditioning, refrigeration. And the main difference, well, they're sized differently, and this is just 3/4 copper, but I wanted to show you this is rigid as this kind of copper here would be soft drawn copper. So it on rolls and on spools, generally I want to give it a quick on spool. I can usually manage to unspool like that and then make a cut. So anyway, let's start with the PEX. Back with the PEX. So PEX would be the easiest way to plumb any kind of thing, water heater, anything in your house. You just want to get a straight cut. These work pretty good. These are inexpensive, and you can make it very easy as far as valves or going to PEX to copper if you want to do some sweating and that kind of stuff. But let me show you first the two different types of connectors for the PEX that I use. Would be, I started with this one. I bought the big kit. This is the pressure ring kit. So this one's an extreme pressure crimp, and it takes a lot of room is the problem. So if you're in a tight closet, that's going to be a difficult thing. If not, see, and I usually reclock quarter turn and recrimp one more time just to be safe. So that would be set. And you can verify with the tool. It's supposed to go halfway down, just about like that. The gap. See, that's a 1/2 inch, 3/4. So just so you know, that's how the instructions say, about halfway down. This side, I'm gonna go ahead and crimp this one, much easier, less room needed. So I'm gonna try to get close up on this. This one's more like a band. At first I didn't think they looked very good, but they actually are stainless steel, and I've used tons of them on water heaters, no problem. Okay, so that would be, this actually came from Lowe's. I'm gonna say I bought one at Home Depot. It kept going off calibration. So this brand would be SharkBite brand. So I would get the SharkBite brand personally, okay? I wanted to show you one more thing on this. If you get in a tight situation, you can always go like this. Put this back together and use some pliers, real big pliers. So that would save you if you're in a tight spot. But I try to make all my fittings, except for the last couple. Say I went to do an expansion tank or whatever, try to mock it up outside, crimp it all, and then make my last crimps inside at the actual water heater where you connect to the pipe nipple. And I guess I didn't bring it, so I'm not going to be able to show you, but they do also make SharkBite, just a plain old SharkBite supply hoses to put to your water heater pipe nipples, and they're just flexible. So let me show you a SharkBite. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So I have a pipe again, and there is if you do buy the Zern kit, if you go that way, you can remove these. So you just got to cut real close, and there's a removal tool. So there's instructions. I don't want to spend a lot of time on that. But as far as the shark bite, this would be the easiest connection. It would be better to, before just slamming it on, see, I can have a feel for it. I've done it so many. So I know that I've seeded that. If you're not experienced, you're gonna want to take a quick measurement. So you just get about halfway to the fitting and make a quick mark. That's how I've always done it. There's a tool for that as well, a gauge tool. So anyway, I'm gonna move to soldering. There's a soldering elbow and an ACR elbow. Solder elbows need prepped, so I'm gonna go ahead and prep it, and the pipe as well. So I just cut a small piece of pipe. So as far as the elbow, it just needs clockwise turn. If the brush starts wearing out, then I'll go both ways, but just a little bit clockwise. Yeah, nice and clean. There should be some emery cloth. Just had some emery cloth. Okay. So I'm gonna want to go and take the varnish off, especially older pipe. You really want to take the varnish off of that. And then we're going to use some tinning flux on these, so it'll take. Okay, see how clean. And it doesn't hurt to wipe them. Just for any fine debris. So I'm going to show you something. Ideally, if you have MAP gas, almost everybody uses MAP gas. That's the way to go. You might see there's a little bit of sawdust in this, so keep away from combustibles. I usually heat this up real quick. How weird, that just broke. Really? I've used this for like 10 years. It just broke. Okay, let me see if I can manage to get my MAP gas working again. Well, at least you'll know what to do if it breaks. See, it's got an on and off. Well, I might just have to not use the button. This has never happened to me, but it served me well for about 10 years. So I guess what can you say? So anyway, I'll heat up it right here. How weird. It's my little trick to get some flux if it's stiff and kind of older. Go ahead and flux the elbow. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and solder. And I want to heat from the bottom. How weird, there's a striker in there. Oh, I see, I got to center it on the striker. Now it should run all the way around real easy. And then you can give it a quick brush. If I do brush it though, I've bumped it, I generally reheat it for a couple seconds and let it sit. Don't bump it. You can make a cold joint. Alternatively, you could do, this is funny, this is for camping. Usually the blue cylinder's your propane, but it fits anyway. So this is the old way to do it. It just takes a long time to heat up. So you could use propane. Okay, now I'm gonna cut and braise for you guys. Just one of these. Let's see. And the ACR pipe, you may have to go back and forth to get it to fit inside the same channel, okay? It's definitely a little challenging sometimes. And I'm just tightening just a little bit each time. You do want to keep a sharp blade, and there is a spare inside of there. Okay. Okay, so I just got this apart. What's going to be really important is you need, when you do ACR, actually plumbing as well, you should always ream it and deburr it. Because with water, you're going to have a pipe, you're going to have a turbulent that will eat at the pipe near the fitting. So usually if your fittings are leaking, or your piping's leaking close to your fittings, it's because someone didn't deburr it and get the edge off. So there's that tool that does a pretty good job. This one, it's a cone, maybe a little better. See what I got just from that little bit. A lot of shaving. So you want to get it, you do want to get it smooth. Okay. Now let's go ahead and I was going to show you guys how to do a swedge. If you don't want to use couplers, which I quit using couplers, this drill will work, but it seems as though the little bit more powerful hammer drill does a lot better job. So, and I wish someone would have told me the first time, and keep on that drill. The first time that I did this, that pipe heats up. Okay, so I like to wear gloves for this part. I don't like to wear gloves just in case I catch them on fire. So it's better just to have a rag on standby. So, should do glasses. These are safety rated, and they are polarized. They're just DeWalt glasses from Home Depot, polarized for the oxyacetylene torch. So that's about all it takes. Got our fitting swedge. And we're going to do a braise. If you notice like a big gap, you can pinch it down a little bit. I might do that really quick. But I'm trying to stay organized here, guys. So, this torch burns extremely high temperature. So this would be the ACR fitting here too. So just so you know, my rolls lately have been coming a little bit kind of oval. So manufacturing's not been the best. So it makes it harder to cut and work with, but I guess, you know, that's not all that bad. I mean, you wouldn't want to use the kinks, but this was scrap. So why don't we go ahead and hit that with oxyacetylene. So oxygen about, I usually do 9 or 10. I'm sorry, acetylene 9 or 10. Oxygen about 20, so about double. And the kit, I bought this about 20 years ago, actually 23 years ago. So it did originally come with a little striker, but I just quit using it. And now what I do is use a lighter. You guys should probably use the striker though. Just be careful. And especially wear polarized, at least, I've been told at least polarized. This kit should come with the glasses. I just couldn't see well enough. And I was burning everything. And if I was on an air conditioning job, I would have a rag ready. You know, I would soak the equipment, anything that would, like the pad, because I don't want it all charred, and just be on standby with that. So always start with the gas. Okay, and then about there. See, my tip's getting a little worn out. It's got that little V. I don't know if the camera sees it, but that's okay. That's pretty decent, considering. So, kind of same thing, heat from the bottom. And heat from the top too, just to get it flowing. So I kind of alternate it. Gotta keep it moving, because acetylene's so hot, it will burn right through this. Actually, I'll show you what happens. And I'll do another video when we're actually in the field, because what's happening right now as I'm brazing, you can see this charring, and that's oxidation of the copper. We don't want it oxidized inside the pipe for an actual system. But yeah, see, it's getting red. That's perfect. Keep it moving. And I bet I got it nice and sealed up. Okay, always watch what you're doing with the torque. It takes some practice, okay? And it really does, because, I mean, you will probably burn something on accident. I have. I've done the house, I've done, that's why you always have water on standby and hopefully wipe up the mess. But you can see, see what happens. See my fitting. And generally, you'd want to take a mirror all the way around and make sure you got it. Oh, it looks like I got a little extra right there. I'm going to go ahead and fill that in, and I'm going to show you what a burn through looks like as well. So, last little bit. Okay, there we go. And like I said, we'd have nitrogen protecting the inside. And we'd always pressure test it. We'll do that later, but I'm going to go ahead and overheat this so you guys can see what a burn through does. Because it's actually happened to me once or twice years ago. Get on there too much. Let's see what happens. Let's see how long it takes. It's real hard to recover too once it starts receding back. That copper. Pull it away from here. See, once it starts receding, it's just, eventually it'll just be like gone. I don't know. I don't think that would be a good seal anymore. See how I've lost most of it? Maybe, but always stay on the thicker side too, because thinner side, watch, there it goes right through. And that's the worst, and it's especially on a service valve, it's really bad. So we went over our PEX, we went over our solder, basically our crimps. So you can crimp. This is an adapter to copper. I did want to mention, as far as the shark bite, it works on copper, it works on PEX, it works on CPVC, which is the three main materials it works on. Let me see, I wanted to show you the fitting here. So I can actually connect this pipe to this pipe. That easy with just a shark bite. And I'm gonna wrap on up. I just wanted to show you guys one last quick thing. 3 different tapes. If you're going to use an MIP or some kind of a iron connection, you can do yellow for gas, white water. This is supposed to do everything, I believe, and it's a little thicker. So I always go like a couple wraps, a little bit of the T2 compound. See, that's a joint compound. This is almost a guaranteed seal with just a little bit on top of it. This makes all the difference. So, and then I would thread this together. Favorite wrench, because this tends to slip. So this is actually a pipe wrench. And then I had a second pipe wrench to tighten this up. So anyway, hopefully you get the point here. Just get that out of the way. Anyway, I was on there backwards, but I didn't do it correctly. So if you have your set wrench and just tighten up, you have to squeeze to get when it jams up like that. But anyway, yeah, so that would probably be a good seal, maybe even a little tighter. But so that's pretty much all the ways to connect copper, PEX, and braze solder. I hope that helped you guys. Anyone struggling with just learning this stuff, this was 15% silver. I wanted to mention, way hotter material on the ACR pipe, okay, than the plumbing. So just keep that in mind and take care. Be real safe out there, okay?